What information is needed to write an equation of a line? To write an equation of a line, we only really need two things. We need slope and we need y-intercept. Y is equal to mx plus b is called the slope y-intercept form of a linear equation. We can look at a graph, and if we know the y-intercept hits at 3, meaning the point is 0, 3, we can use that information to figure out the slope and get the equation of the line. Let's say we're given another point, 7, 9. We can use that information to figure out the slope and then plug in the y-intercept. The equation of any line is y is equal to mx plus b. Of course, it can be rearranged a little bit, but if y is by itself here, we can read off slope, we can read off y-intercept for any equation, and vice versa. If we know what the slope is and we know the y-intercept, we can plug it into that form. Let's figure out the slope. We'll start with the y-intercept and we'll go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up 6, and right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right 7. That means we have a positive slope of 6/7. And when it comes time to write the equation of this line, we can use y is equal to the slope, 6/7, x, plus the y-intercept, 3. This equation is very powerful because we can plug in any input here for x and get the output. For example, we had the point 7, 9. If we plug in 7, we should get 9 as the output. 7 divided by 7 is 1, and we have 6 plus 3, which is 9. This point is for sure on this line. Again, this line has a slope of 6/7 and a y-intercept of 3. And there are infinitely many points that we could get for x, y because we have arrows on the ends of this line. Answering this question, we can say that we need slope and y-intercept to write the equation of a line. Is it possible to write an equation formed by 2 points? Let's say the points are, we'll throw some negatives in here. How about -5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, comma -2, right there. So we have -5 and -2 for the first point. And the second one we'll go with -3, comma 1, 2, 3, right there. We have a -3 and a 3. Now remember, we can rewrite those points with brackets as an ordered pair. And the other one is -3, comma 3. This was our y, this is our x. To get the equation y is equal to mx plus b, we need slope. Slope comes from this formula. Where we have 2 points, xy, xy. We have the first point and we have the second point. We can go y2 minus y1 would be a 3 minus a -2, and the x2 minus the x1 goes on the bottom. You have a -3 subtract a -5. We have a 3 plus 2, because negative times negative is positive. And again, negative times negative is positive. So on the bottom, we have a -3 plus 5. which works out to be 5 over 2. The slope is 5 over 2. We can join the 2 points and have a look where that line crosses the y-axis, but we're not really sure where it crosses here. We need algebra to figure that out for us. We do know that we have a negative 1, 2, 3, comma 1, 2, 3, and we have a negative 5, comma negative 2. We know that, and we use that to find the slope. We can take advantage of the fact that we have at least 1 point. Because remember, in an equation, y is equal to mx plus b. If we have the slope and we have a point, we can find out the b value, or the y-intercept. We will use negative 3, comma 3. Negative 3, comma 3 in the equation. Negative 3 is the x value, 3 is the y. So we'll have 3 is equal to 5/2 times negative 3 plus b. Again, we're solving for this b. We need to isolate b by simplifying this little bit here. We have a 3 equals negative 15 over 2 plus b. Isolating b, we'll add 15 over 2 plus 15 over 2. What we do to one side, we must do to the other. Therefore, we have 15 over 2 plus, now we don't want 3, we want a common denominator of 2. So 6 over 2 is the same as 3. Equals, and this is a zero pair, b is 21 over 2, which is 10.5. Let's see if that answer makes sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.5. Yeah, there it is. The y-intercept then is 0, comma 21 over 2, or we could also write it as 0, comma 10.5 as well. But usually we write it this way. In the equation, we definitely write it as an improper fraction. We therefore have y is equal to, the slope we found was 5 over 2 times the x plus 21 over 2. We can use any input for x and we'll be able to find the output, the y value. And this goes on forever. We have infinitely many x and y values. Just as a check, this negative 5, comma 2 we said was on the line. We used it to find the slope. Let's see if that works out. If we plug that point into our equation, we should get the equation to be true. Negative 5, comma negative 2. Let's check it out. Y is negative 2. Does that equal to 5 over 2 times negative 5 plus 21 over 2? We get negative 25 over 2 plus 21 over 2, which is negative 4 over 2, which is negative 2. So it's true. I'll write it up here. Does negative 2 equal negative 25 over 2 plus 21 over 2? Well, yeah, that gives us negative 4 over 2, which is negative 2. So it's true. Is it possible to write an equation formed by 2 points?